Hey guys, welcome to Cosplay Life. I'm Air Bear, and a while ago I decided to reorganize the fabrics that I had in my room. They were looking really messy. They kept falling out all over the place, and it was not inspirational for working in. It would just overwhelm me every time that I was in this room. So I looked online and I found that a lot of other people were using comic book boards to roll their fabric on to keep it vertical, because I was thinking that's the way they keep it in Joann's. Like when you go to fabric stores, they generally keep their fabric vertical, and I was keeping mine horizontal. So every time I pulled one out, it would just pull out the fabric above it as well and the fabric below it, and it would just all kind of fall all over the floor. So yeah, I looked and I saw that other people were using comic book boards, but I couldn't find comic book boards online. So I found magazine boards, and I got a pack of 100 for somewhere between $15 and $20 or $25. I'm not sure which one, I don't really remember. The reason why I went with these is because it was still small enough to fit into the holes of the bookshelf that I already had. I got this shelf from Target, and it was just like a 3x3. If you want to see how I rolled my fabric onto the boards so that they could get in here and get organized, stay tuned. All right, so these finally came in the mail. These are just magazine boards. I got them from Amazon, and there's 100 of them, which I'm not gonna need that many, but you know, they're flimsier than I thought they were gonna be. Based on how I saw people online using them, I thought they were gonna be a little bit thicker. So they're probably gonna break at some point. So I have 100, but they are keeping the fabric on here, and they're keeping it straight. So we will see how long we keep up with using this system. But I will show you what they already look like. So this is what they look like so far with having all of the fabrics on the bolts. And then this is what it looked like before without the fabrics on the bolts. So we'll see how well. And what I've just been doing is just rolling them, like folding them so that they fit. I think this thing is like, I don't know, I think I fold it so that it's 10 inches, and then I pin it in place. I don't know how well that's going to keep. I wish I had some of those binder clips. I need to use binder clips for things like this. Let me see, I don't see any binder clips on it. I think the binder clips are on the bottom, so binder clips. I use binder clips to keep the fabric on for some of them, because I couldn't pierce the leather and I didn't want to pierce the leather. I would like to use binder clips for all of them, but I do not have that many binder clips, so yeah. And then the fabrics that I can't roll on there, this is my pile of fabrics I can't roll. I haven't figured out what to do with them just yet, so I will get to that. But yeah, I will show you me rolling some fabrics. So the magazine boards were 11 inches tall, so I used the grid on my cutting board to fold the fabrics to be 10 inches wide. It does take a lot of time to put the fabric onto the boards, but the fabrics are so much easier to use when stored this way. For fabric that already had cuts in it, I just folded the fabric as best as I could so that I could roll the fabric onto the board. For fabric with multiple layers, I just doubled up the fabric, then rolled it. I stored the fabric pinned side toward the back of the shelf. So that about does it for how I rolled my fabrics onto the magazine boards. Some of the things that I didn't get to in the video, I'm going to show you now. So one of them is this. If you have fabric that is too long or too much fabric to go on one board, I just split it into two boards and then I folded it in toward yourself. So one fabric, two boards. Another thing is that I wanted to use binder clips to close all of them. I ended up using pins to close it, except for like the leathers and pleathers, just because I couldn't stick a needle into it and I didn't want to stick a needle into it and mess it up. So I would like to go back through, order some of these binder clips and put that on all of the fabrics. But yes, binder clips will be much better than using the pins. Also, like when you're sticking your hand in there, sometimes you can end up getting stuck by a pin if you're not careful. So binder clips. One last thing, for all of the fabrics that were too small to fit onto the bolts, I just ended up putting them into a basket. So these are scraps that are big enough to still make something out of, like I can make an accessory, I can cover a belt, I can cover a headband, I can make something small out of these, but it's not big enough to fit onto one of these boards. So all of those I just put into this, which I am considering calling the scrapyard. So I put it in here. Yeah, if you want to see how I organize this whole room, make sure that you hit subscribe and click the notification bell so you can get a notification when the room tour video comes out. It's the room tour video. And I've been trying to do a room tour video for like years. And I finally have a room that I'm proud enough of to give you a tour of. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, if you have a friend, or like in my case, if you have a mother who has a very disorganized sewing room or cosplay room or craft room, wherever they're keeping their fabrics, if they are keeping it very disorganized, make sure you share this video with them. That way they can get a good idea of how to organize their fabrics. If you like this channel, make sure you hit subscribe. I will catch you all next time. Deuces! Bye.